Somewhere in Atlanta, Georgia, locked behind two steel doors, sits a single sheet of paper. No armed guards talk about what's on it. No employee has ever been allowed to read the whole thing alone. Only two people in the world are allowed to know the full formula at the same time, and by company policy, they can never fly on the same plane together. That paper is the recipe for Coca-Cola. And for 130 years, in a world of spies, chemists, lawsuits, and world wars, nobody has ever cracked it. How Coca-Cola kept its recipe secret for 130 years. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly how they pulled it off, and the one mistake that almost destroyed everything. It starts in 1886, with a pharmacist named John Pemberton. He wasn't trying to build an empire. He was trying to cure headaches. Pemberton was mixing coca leaf extract with cola nut, sugar, and a blend of oils in the back of his drugstore, hoping to create a tonic to replace the addictive morphine he'd become dependent on after being wounded in the Civil War. One day, by accident, a druggist mixed the syrup with carbonated water instead of still water. The fizzy version tasted better. Nobody planned that, it just happened. Pemberton had no idea what he'd created. Within a year, he was broke, sick, and desperate, and he made the decision that would define the next century. He started selling off pieces of his formula to different buyers, not realizing one man, Asa Candler, was quietly buying up all the rights. One man was about to turn an accident into a $250 billion secret. By the early 1900s, Candler understood something most business owners never grasped: the formula wasn't valuable because of what was in it. It was valuable because people believed no one else could have it. So he made a decision that sounds almost paranoid today. He wrote the recipe down exactly once, locked it inside a bank vault, and split the knowledge so that no single living person would ever hold the complete picture in their head. Here's how it actually works. The full formula is broken into two halves. Two senior executives are each trusted with only one half. Neither one knows the other's portion. They aren't allowed to write it down anywhere else. They aren't even allowed to travel together, because if their plane went down, the company didn't want to lose both halves in a single moment. This wasn't an accident of caution. It was designed, on purpose, like a military protocol. But paper can be stolen. People can be bribed. So how do you protect a secret from the people determined to steal it? In 1977, the Indian government demanded Coca-Cola hand over the formula as a condition of doing business in the country. Coca-Cola refused, and simply packed up and left India entirely for 16 years, rather than expose one line of the recipe. That's how seriously the company treats disclosure. They'd rather abandon an entire national market than let outsiders see the paper. But the strangest chapter came in 2006, when 3 employees tried to sell confidential documents to Coca-Cola's biggest rival, Pepsi. One of them worked inside Coca-Cola's global headquarters and had genuine access to secure files. They offered Pepsi a preview for over $1 million. Here's the twist nobody saw coming. Pepsi didn't buy it. Instead, Pepsi called Coca-Cola directly and tipped them off. The FBI ran a sting operation, and the employees were arrested and later convicted. Why would a rival protect its enemy's biggest secret? Stick around, because the answer to that question says more about how this whole industry actually works than the recipe itself ever could. Modern food scientists will tell you something that surprises most people: with today's lab equipment, chemists can reverse engineer almost any flavor on Earth down to the molecule. Gas chromatography can identify nearly every compound in a can of Coke within hours. So why hasn't anyone actually copied it? Because the secret was never really about the ingredients. It's about the exact ratios, the specific sourcing of raw materials, and one mysterious component known internally only as merchandise 7X, a blend of oils whose precise proportions have never been published anywhere, in any patent, in any court filing, in a century and a half. Coca-Cola never patented the formula. That was deliberate. A patent would have required publishing the full recipe publicly for the world to see, with legal protection lasting only 20 years. Instead, they chose secrecy with no expiration date at all. A patent protects you for 20 years. A secret can protect you forever, if nobody ever tells. Here's what really keeps a secret alive for 130 years: it was never just about locks and vaults. It was about people. Every person who has ever known a piece of the formula signed binding agreements before they were told anything. Coca-Cola built a culture where guarding the recipe became a point of pride, almost sacred, passed down like a family inheritance rather than a corporate policy. Employees weren't just protecting a business asset, they were protecting a piece of American identity. And that's the part competitors could never replicate. You can copy a flavor. You can even get close to the taste. But you cannot manufacture 130 years of mystique, of a country literally growing up on the story of a secret formula in a bank vault. That mystery became more valuable than the syrup itself. So why did Pepsi turn down a stolen formula worth a fortune? Because Pepsi's leadership understood something the thieves didn't. The value of Coca-Cola was never something you could steal in a folder. Even holding the real formula wouldn't have let Pepsi rebuild 130 years of trust, nostalgia, and global identity behind that red label. The secret recipe isn't really the product. The story of the secret recipe is the product. That's the real reason it survived 2 world wars, a national government ban, corporate espionage, and modern chemistry that can decode almost anything else on the planet. Today, that single sheet of paper still sits behind 2 locked doors in Atlanta. 2 executives still carry it in pieces inside their memory. And somewhere, a company built an entire empire not on a formula, but on the discipline to never let anyone see the whole picture at once. That's how you keep a secret for 130 years. The formula is still locked, it's still guarded, and it's still working.